Did you know April is Financial Literacy Month? While I think financial literacy should be a focus each and every month, it's nice to know the need for financial education is being acknowledged. Had I been financially literate earlier in life, maybe I wouldn't have struggled so much with debt and overspending. Had my parents been more financially literate, maybe they could have actually taught me how to save and manage what I had. We can't change the past, but we can decide how we want to move forward. In this episode, I'm sharing some things you can do to improve your financial literacy and take more control of your financial situation. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to share a City Girl Solutions question that came in, all about breaking down high-yield savings accounts. So I have previously talked about high-yield savings accounts, and I'm happy to break them down because they are game changers. So let me first start by saying that a high-yield savings account is just like a regular savings account, only they pay out more in interest, hence the high yield. So these types of savings accounts are typically only found through online banks and sometimes credit unions. The reason for this is because online banks and credit unions don't have the typical expenses that your brick and mortar major banks have, so they can afford to pay out more in interest to their customers. Let me just explain the difference in interest. Typical savings accounts at banks like Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America have an annual percentage yield interest rate of 0.10%. 0.10, okay? At the time of me recording this episode, online banks with high yield savings accounts have interest rates of 3.75, 4%, 3.35. That is a significant difference. So if you have not given high yield savings accounts a try and you actually have money sitting in savings, I strongly suggest you make the move. Some popular options include Synchrony, Ally, American Express Bank, and Discover. Your money is just sitting there, so you may as well earn as much as possible in the form of interest. Now, I will say that with a high-yield savings account, it's not directly linked to your checking. So you actually have to initiate a transfer, which can take a couple of days to go through. This can be good and bad. If you need the money instantly, it's going to take you a couple days. If you have a tendency to transfer money from savings on a regular basis because it's linked to your checking, then having a high-yield savings account can actually help you avoid that. So hopefully that helps. I'm happy to go into more detail about high-yield savings accounts if you have any more questions. Okay, so now let's get into today's episode, things you can do to improve your financial literacy. First thing you can do, take online courses related to money. Just because we're not in college or grade school anymore, it doesn't mean we can't take classes. There are so many amazing online resources out there related to money. And one of the most popular is Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. I know a lot of people who have gone through that online course and have seen success from it. But there are so many other options out there for you. Even City Girl Savings has its own online course, the Money Management Mastery for Working Women program. Doors for that course won't be opening up until August, but you can get on the wait list now if you're interested, and I will make sure to link to it in the show notes. It is an 8-week group course, so you are doing some work by yourself, and then we have weekly group coaching calls with me, just making sure that you are getting through the program as you should be. So like I said, I will drop the link to that in the show notes if you're interested in getting on the wait list. Now, because there are a lot of online courses to choose from, get specific with exactly what you're looking for. Do you need extra support or hand-holding? If so, then a course with a live coaching aspect may be more useful. Do you need a course that you can start and stop whenever you want? Find a course that can be accessed anytime. Do you need a course or want a course on a specific financial area? Maybe you just want to learn about investing. Maybe you only want to learn about rental property management. Maybe you only want to learn about paying off debt. Knowing exactly what you want to learn about will help you keep an eye out or ask for referrals. Now, also think about the budget you have for the course. Some courses are free, others are low cost, and some will be expensive. When you know what you want out of the online course, you can justify whatever price point you need to pay to get exactly what you're looking for. Now, one final point I will say is you get what you pay for. I know it seems counterintuitive to spend money to get better with money, but you are spending money to learn what it takes to get better. If you don't currently have that knowledge, it's usually always worth the money or time you're putting in to learn that information. The next thing you can do to improve your financial literacy is work with a money coach. Just like you would have a personal trainer at the gym, think of a money coach as a personal trainer for your finances. Having that guidance, support, and accountability to make the right decisions with your money is priceless. It's also a great way to improve on your own and really enhance your own financial know-how. So working with a money coach gives you direct insight into an expert or teacher's point of view when it comes to money. You have the opportunity to ask questions, make the learning lessons relatable to your situation, bounce ideas off of the coach, and use your coach to help you change how you think about money. Now, you can work with a money coach in a variety of ways. You can do one-on-one, so you are working with that coach, just you and that coach. You can do a group coaching program, so it's you and the coach and whoever else is in the program. I think it's important to get clear on what you want. If you need the accountability and you want the option to ask as many questions as possible, maybe one-on-one is a great way to go. But if you like to learn from others or you get some motivation from knowing other people are in the trenches with you, a group coaching program could be a great option. Here's the thing. There is so much more to money than knowing what to do with it. And because of this, a lot of times my clients associate some of our financial coaching sessions with therapy. There's a lot of overlap. Now, obviously, I am not a therapist and I don't advertise that I am. However, I do help people think about money in ways they haven't before. I also help them tie their actions with money to past experiences, their upbringing, and more. So there is not a direct correlation between money and knowledge of how to manage it, right? It's not just that correlation. There is a direct correlation between money, knowing what to do with it, but also understanding why you are the way you are with money. And that's typically your past, your upbringing, how your parents were with money. All of those things play a role. So when you work with a money coach or any type of coach, life coach, even a financial therapist, they can help ask those questions to bring those things to the forefront of your mind so that you can recognize, oh, this is why I do what I do with money, and then you can work to change it. So just like there are a variety of online courses about money, there are a variety of money coaches out there. I think what will help you narrow down what type of money coach you need, get clear on what area you actually want to improve in with your money. Do you want to focus on investing and building wealth? Do you want to focus on paying down debt or building up your credit score? Or do you want to focus on budgeting and money management? Also, be honest with yourself about what you really need help with. Is it wise to spend money on a coach to teach you how to invest when you don't currently budget or manage what you have properly? Probably not. When you know what you need, you can seek out the right coach for you. In case you didn't know, I offer complimentary financial focus calls with me if you need some guidance pinpointing your financial areas of opportunity. Feel free to schedule at your leisure, and I will make sure to link to it in the show notes. The next thing you can do to improve your financial literacy is vow to read more personal finance books. I feel like reading, especially physical books, is so underrated, but reading is such a great way to expand your mind and learn new things. I mean, textbooks are an important part of education for a reason, right? Reading can help you learn new things or expand on things you already do know. So, with that being said, reading more personal finance books can help you improve your own financial understanding and literacy. Fortunately, personal finance books come in the form of physical or audio books, and that means you can ingest information in a way that will stick for you. I think it's important to know your own learning style, learning personality, and find books or content that cater to that style. When you do decide on the type of books you want to consume, make sure you seek out personal finance books, audiobooks, podcasts, articles. Again, however you take in information, seek out personal finance information in that form. Now, some of my favorite personal finance books include The Richest Man in Babylon, Live It, Love It, Earn It, and Profit First. I will be sure to link to each of these books in the show notes so you can check them out. Now, the next thing you can do to improve your financial literacy is take the time to talk about finances and money with other people. I know I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but it is such a sad fact that talking about money is still considered taboo in our society. All that means is we need to be more comfortable with bringing up the topic to other people. And I suggest starting with your friends and family. Ask if they have money goals, ask if they have budget plans or ideas on how they save money, and ask where they learn their financial education. They may tell you they haven't learned and experience is their teacher, which is a very common answer, but at least we can get the conversation started. When you take the time to talk finances with other people, you open the door to new perspectives. You also get to hear what does or doesn't work for other people, and you can choose to use that information to your advantage in your own situation. You can also pay information forward and potentially help others. Now, I will say the initial conversations may be a little difficult or nerve-wracking in the beginning, but all that means is you are doing the right thing. Seriously, those anxious feelings mean that you are leaving your comfort zone, and trust me, that is where the magic happens. I will say this too. It will get easier to have conversations about money the more you have them. So if you don't want to start with the people you know, go online and get the conversation going. The City Girl Savings Facebook group is such a great resource for so many people. I will link to it in the show notes, but you can also start an online blog or find other groups or Instagram profiles that will help you get comfortable with seeing what other people are doing or saying with money, and you can start putting your words in there too. The next thing you can do to improve your financial literacy is monitor your spending for 30 days straight. Trust me, tracking your spending is a game changer. Tracking your spending gives you the best insight into your own money habits and patterns. Now, if you've never taken the time to monitor where your money goes, I challenge you to track your spending for 30 days straight. Every time you spend money, write it down or put it into a spreadsheet. Get bonus points for categorizing that spending. So if you spent money at Starbucks and you spent $10 there, you would track $10 and indicate meals out. After 30 days, I want you to look over your information. Where did your money go? Are there changes you can make to improve your situation instantly? What can you cut back on for the next month? Were you surprised at how much or how little you spent in total or in specific categories? When you give yourself access to your own spending behavior, you can start adjusting and improving that behavior. Trust me when I say this, financial education isn't just about what others teach you, but also what you teach yourself about money. And the final thing I will say to help you improve your financial literacy is to read biographies of successful people. For me, this is actually one of my favorite ways to learn. I mean, what better way to learn about success than from people who've actually achieved it? I love hearing the stories of people who are where I want to be in the future or who have built things that others haven't. Now, I am 100% aware that everybody's journey will look different, but having insight into how successful people achieve their success is priceless. You can take insights and apply it to your situation. You can also use that insight to help you make decisions that you hadn't previously thought about. I think biographies are such a great way to glean that insight into how people have lived their lives, what they have gone through, what they did to work towards the success they have today. And two biographies in particular that I enjoyed were Sidney Poitier's The Measure of a Man and Alyssa Milano's Sorry Not Sorry. I will make sure to link to both of those in the show notes. So there you have it. Some things you can do right now to improve your financial education, enhance your financial literacy, directly or indirectly. Even small steps in the right direction can lead to major progress over time. Please, please, please make financial literacy a focus this month, especially this month, but every month, and watch the magic happen. Amazing things come when you prioritize your financial situation and make it a point to learn, grow, and do better. You got this.